Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Our team is going to talk about the BMW sales data. We're going to start on finances. And on finance number one about the car model, the KP is that the sales department is interested in knowing its top revenue generating car models in order to understand the value they bring to the company. Next. For this KP, the function is using a 3-year moving average. We set a projection for how much revenue each model should generate in each following years on the 3 years. Next. On this one, the finance department for the revenue by region is with the KIP. We're able to see in which regions our brands is more solidified. In this case, it is Asia. More sold units historically show a solid customer base in the market. Next. For this one, on our original revenue projection, using a 3-year moving average, we calculated the goals for the next 3 years, showcasing how much we expect in every region to behave. Next. For this revenue is a car color. As a function, is a way to experiment. We have calculated which car color has brought in the most revenue historically. Next. On this one, the also for our revenue projection for the cow color is going to be the 3 years that sets a baseline expectation for different car colors made by the company. Next, we're going into the fuel type. On this revenue, the company is working on lowering its carbon impact, offering alternatives to fossil fuels. This KPI tracks how alternative car fuels doing financially for the company. Next. For this type, the fuel type, this is a 3-year protection. So it sets a baseline of expectations for the different fuels types in the company. Next. For the automation type revenue, this function is for the KAP is meant to showcase the difference between revenues from automatic cars and manual cars. And for the last one for in this finance is a transmission type projection. With this KPI, we're making a prediction into the future revenue of each transmission type. Then we're gonna go into sales.
Okay. Yeah, this is the finance dashboard that is summarizing the most important information we talk will my teammate just talked about. But in sales, we have the um, units sold by model, which this KPI lets us know the most and least sold models historically. This will um, let us understand the pillars of the brand as more units sold means more cars produced. Now, here in the 3-year projection for car model revenue, we have that using a 3-year moving average, we set a projection for how much revenue each model should generate in the following 3 years. Here in revenue by region, we are able to see which regions our brand is most solidified in, which is in this case Asia.
Ay, mija, se me hace que estoy leyendo los míos.
Sí.
Sí, te fuiste finance. Tú sigue, yo edito el video ahorita en este, tú sigue hablando con el sales, o sea, como yo lo mando por tú y le sigo, ¿vale?
Okay. Okay, here in sales, we have units sold by model. Sales is interested in knowing the most and least sold models historically. This will let them understand the pillars of the brand as more units sold means more cars produced. Here in average units sold, we have um, the yearly units sold to understand product sales over time. we can see that the X6 model is presenting an increasing trend, selling well over the average in 2024, and the i3 model is the lowest in total sales. Here we have units sold by region. With this indicator, we can visualize the proportion each of the company's regions. Then then we have average yearly units sold. Here we can observe that the graph shows us that each region has behaved differently during the past 5 years, and we can see the boom in Africa of sales. Then we have units sold by car color. This is an important KPI because here we are able to take into account for decision making of which color to produce. And we see here that the color red is the most sold. Now we have average yearly units sold. And this key performance indicator lets us analyze each color's average yearly sales, and we can see the market trends. Then we have units sold by field type, where we can see how many units have been sold according to the field type. And this is relevant because it justifies an increasing finance and development of the electric cars and the hybrid cars, which are the ones most customers are interested in actively buying. And then we have average yearly units sold by field type, which allows us to know how the sales are fluctuating regarding field type. Now we have units sold by transmission. And so here we have automatic cars versus manual cars sales. And now we have average yearly units sold by region. So here we're able to see the performance of each sales region and how they're fluctuating over time. Okay, so in our sales dashboard, we have a summary of the most important information I just talked about. You can see this in our Excel book, and here's our database. Thank you so much.
Bye bye. ¿No vas a tener la grabación?